Hi everyone, welcome back to Cheryl's Crochet. I want to welcome all the new members or subscribers. I've had a nice little trickle of folks joining in, so welcome to everybody. If you're returning, welcome back. Glad to have you. It's a couple days before Christmas. Yeah, it's December 22nd, and it's about to get crazy in my world. Not necessarily from projects, but we are about an hour or so from that big storm front hitting us. Our temperatures in the next hour are supposed to drop significantly. The winds are going to pick up, and we're going to have some blizzard type conditions. I don't know that we're going to get that much snow. They say 5 or 6 inches, but you know, when you've got 20 and 30 mile an hour winds blowing 5 or 6 inches of snow, it can add up real quick. So yeah, and then we're going to have some nasty coldness. And I know several of the folks that I watch are in line for this. I know Happy to Hook, Lisa at Happy to Hook Creations. She's in that path. She's west of me and north of me by about 3 hours, I think. Rose likes crochet. She's up near Chicago. It's going to really get ugly there. So I'm about 2.5 hours south of Chicago, and I'm a little farther east. But so that's okay. Do you see all of this behind me? It can snow all it wants because I have enough yarn to last all the way through. And as long as we don't lose power, we're good to go. So we did all of our running around. We did, actually, we went out to lunch today because we thought, well, we're not going to get out for a couple days. And so we went out to eat, and we putzed and picked up last minute things and baked some cookies, and my husband made some fudge. Never been a big fudge maker. So it's different. It's different that he likes to make fudge. So we got a little bit of that cooling. And I thought I'd catch you up on a couple of projects. So I do have a couple finished objects. One is Tanner the Triceratops. Is he not the cutest little Triceratops? He is made with, I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. And he's got some 15 millimeter eyes. I did him with a 5 millimeter hook. You know, we'll just have to see how it all turns out, and you know, goes from there. Ta-da! So he is from the pattern by Nicole Chase at www.thenicolechase.com. And so there's that bit of information. And there's this picture. And there's the rest of her information. Very easy pattern to follow. Very simple, not a ton of pieces to put together. I really like this one. I'm going to actually make a couple more in some different colors. So yeah, this is my first Triceratops. So my brother said he turned out pretty good. My brother's kind of a dinosaur guy, so he would know. So there's my Triceratops. The other item that I finished, I actually don't have with me, but it is the thumbnail picture. It is a pair of thumbless mitts for a toddler, and it has the string to go through the jacket sleeves. My friend of mine called me and said that her great-granddaughter had lost 5 pair of gloves. Well, the granddaughter's not even 18 months old, so the mama has managed to lose 5 sets of gloves and said, you know, can you help me out? So I did the fingerless mitts, and I put the string on it. And I know some people don't recommend that, and I know there's some safety issues. But the responsibility goes to the adults. And I think in this situation, I think everybody's going to be fine. And, you know, because it is, I mean, she's not old enough to take her coat on and off by herself. She's not big enough to do some of that other stuff. So the string through the sleeves should be okay. And so the pattern is my own. I didn't have anything specific. I kind of looked at a picture and decided how big I thought her hands were. I mean, it's been a couple months since I've seen the baby. So I did that, and there's just a little string tied in there, secured at the wrist, and it is adjustable so that they can adjust it to fit her. So basically, they're just trying to get through this really bad cold snap, and without the baby having too much trouble with her hands. So I think the last time I did a pair of fingerless mittens was when I did them. I did them for my grandchildren, which would have been about 9 years ago, 9 years ago, almost 10 years ago. I didn't have the string for their coat for them. I just did the mitts, and I put them on them, and because I had to take them out in a cold storm. So that's the last pair that I had made. So those are my 2 finished projects. And you know, I just wanted to get on. I know I wanted to do a video the middle of last week, but I got in the middle of trying to finish up a few things, and you know, things have just not gone well in a few of those, and so I just decided that it's okay. I've mentioned in a couple other videos I have quilts for my grandkids to do, and my sewing machine, this one over here, decided to chew up the drop-in bobbin casing. So I had to go buy a new one, and I did get that done yesterday, but I haven't put it, haven't been out, or haven't put it in, haven't worked with it, because it's going to be cold. And the other piece that kind of have fallen by the wayside is my long arm quilter is in my garage. And I have a furnace in there, but it puked. It died. And the guy came and looked at it, and it's going to be $512 for the gas valve for that furnace. The entire furnace didn't cost me more than $500 when it was put in. So that's just going to be put on hold. So when the weather warms back up next week, I'll kick on an area heater, and I'll go back to the garage and finish their blankets, and it'll all be okay. So so one more story about this incoming storm. A couple of days ago, I was talking with my daughter. Now, my daughter is 31. married, 3 kids. Okay. You would think they would have all their heads screwed on straight for this. We get a storm like this every so often. But I'm talking to her, and all of a sudden, she starts saying, well, yeah, the furnace won't hold the house at more than 60 degrees. We don't know what's wrong with it. We haven't called the furnace guy. But, we'll just continue to heat with wood. But we're going to be out of wood by tomorrow morning. My eyeballs must have been this big. Because why is it that you would let yourself get that low on wood, firewood, and not have enough of other stuff to keep it with this big storm coming in? So what does Mama do? Mama gets on the phone and Mama rounds up some wood. It took me about 3 or 4 phone calls, but I found some. Real nice guy. It was actually a guy I went to high school with. One of the things he does is cut down trees. And I called him and I said, hey, do you happen to have? And he said, yes. So my son-in-law went over and got a truck and trailer full of wood. They're supposed to have it unstacked in the shed and some near the house. They are supposed to go to this morning and get 2 gas cans full of gas for the generator, because they live about 7 miles out of town. And even when we get rainstorms, their electricity goes out. And so they do have a nice sized generator, and it's sheltered where they can get to it. And so they were supposed to go get two, I don't know if they were 5-gallon containers. He had 2 big gas cans. He was supposed to go get 2 gas cans full of gas. And he was supposed to try and get the truck in the barn so that things were protected out there. Because, in the country, it's hard telling what it's going to do. They're on the highway, but sometimes on the highway doesn't mean anything either. And my daughter made the comment. She says, I wonder if I should take down my mailbox now or just wait for them to hit it again. So, because last winter, the trucks hit their mailbox, and, the county doesn't pay for it when the county hits your mailbox. And so they had to pay, they had to buy a new mailbox and put it out. And so I think she's debating on whether over the next couple days to bring in her mailbox. I don't know. So I don't tend to have that problem. I live in the city, and my mailbox is on my front porch. And but yeah, that's, I couldn't believe, we were a couple of days out from a major storm, and it's like, oh, maybe I ought to go to the grocery store. Maybe I ought to do this. I'm like, really? Do you have people in your family that do that? Just kind of procrastinate and, not get things done as quickly as maybe I would? I'm kind of a planner. I like to have things done ahead of time. So yeah. And my niece and nephew are here from out of state. My niece is 25 and she lives out in San Francisco. They grew up in the South. They grew up in Georgia and a little bit in North Carolina. And my nephew is finishing up college at Georgia Southern, which is just west of Savannah. And so they both flew in, and I'm not sure they're really ready for what's coming, because I don't think they've ever experienced this type of weather, because they've never had it down there. So the sub-zero wind chills and all of that, I think is going to be, a big experience. And, they're 21 and 25, 22 and 25-ish, something like that. So I'm going to have to FaceTime them here in the next day or so and see what they're thinking about the weather. all that kind of fun stuff. But I'm glad they're here. I'm going to get to see them. I only get to see my niece and nephew about once a year. So, hopefully it'll be good enough that we can get over there. So, yeah, just some rambling about the weather, my finished Triceratops and my mittens. That's what's going on. We're going to be socked in with weather, and it's all okay. We're gonna survive it, and I hope any of you that are in the path of this storm, that you are safe, you are prepared, and that you manage well. I don't know that I'll get another video out before Christmas, so if you celebrate Christmas, I wish you the very best of Christmases and holidays. If you don't, whatever holiday you do celebrate, I hope it is the best one yet. If you don't celebrate, I hope you just have a wonderful day, and just have things to be thankful for. So, yeah, everybody have a safe weekend, and we will update. I don't know, I may do some short videos as the snow starts to come in. So anyway, everybody have a wonderful weekend. I will see you in the next video. Happy crocheting.